Hey y'all, I want to talk about Egypt Criss and how she's changed over the years. From the cute teen who was bubbly, caring, and kind, to the defensive, naive, and seemingly mean-spirited young adult she appears to have become today. For those who may not know, Egypt is the daughter of hip-hop pioneers Pepper of Salt and Pepper and Tretch of Naughty by Nature. The world was introduced to Egypt Criss in 2016 when she premiered on the reality TV show Growing Up Hip Hop, along with other young adults who was also the kids and relatives of hip-hop and R&B legends. In the earlier seasons, Pepper was trying to help develop her daughter's musical talent and stage presence. Now, I have to admit, Egypt was nowhere near as poppin' as her parents once were when it came to the music, but nevertheless, it was still nice to see her making efforts to better her craft. By season 3, they brought Egypt's cousin, Pepper's niece, TT Francis, to the show. And she was basically like the gossipy relative that was always bringing back some rumor she heard, which would stir up some messiness, and it made for good TV. And it was also cool to watch how close TT, Pep, and Egypt were as a family. That's until Sam Atta came into the picture. Sam came onto the show in season 4 as an aspiring artist with no affiliation to anyone in the entertainment business, but somehow manages to get close to Egypt, where they conveniently met at the gym Egypt worked at. And voila, he becomes an instant boyfriend to Egypt. And before long, no one trusts or likes Sam. Because from the start, you could see him trying to take control. And eventually, this dude began to dim Egypt's light for it to shine on him and his whack-ass music. Castmates and viewers of the show could all see what Sam really was after. And the only ones who couldn't or wouldn't see it was Pepper, Tretch, and of course, Egypt. TT, Egypt's brother Tyran, and castmate Brianna Latrice, daughter of Mary J. Blige's ex-husband, were all trying to get Egypt away from Sam, but it only pushed her closer to him and further away from everyone else. She was clearly brainwashed and too blindly in love to see what everyone else was saying, and she clearly was not trying to hear nothing nobody had to say about her man. Sam even went as far as to accuse TT of being in love with him, and the worst part of it was that Egypt and even Pepper believed this shit. And as things began to grow worse between TT, Egypt, and Pepper, Sam, on the other hand, was able to move in on the spot TT once held with her family. Now, I must say something about family. Sometimes family ain't always as loyal and devoted to you as you expect them to be. And as hurtful as it is to realize that the people who are supposed to be your blood, who you grew up with, and who are supposed to love you and have your back, just don't always do that. We're raised to believe that family has this automatic, unconditional love, unbreakable bond that are shared between each other, but that shit is a damn lie. Family members are people just like everybody else with different personalities, likes, and dislikes. And sometimes family can be just as dangerous and fucked up, if not worse, than a damn enemy would be. And it could be devastating for somebody when they discover that the last people on earth they thought would never in a million years do some shit to them end up being the first people to do it. And I think this is what TT felt when she saw how her aunt and cousin allowed this outsider to come in, throw dirt on her name, and they still with him on it. And so I believe that it was after that she was done with Pep in Egypt. And she decided to be done. Egypt was just done with them. Not Egypt. TT was just done with Egypt and Pep after that. And of course, Egypt, who was too brainwashed to see the forest for the trees, started to resent her cousin for basically washing her hands of their asses and moving on with her life as a new mom and a fiance. But what I believe really turned some people off from Egypt, and especially Sam Atta, was when she physically attacked Brianna in season 5 at a party in front of the other castmates while Sam grinned and cheered Egypt on. Egypt even went on to accuse TT of ruining her reputation in the season 6 finale. No, it is you, Egypt. It's your ass. It's you and your man. Y'all the ones. You and your man are the ones who ruined your reputation, not your cousin. I'm also disappointed in Pep and Tretch for allowing this dude to insert himself into their family, to cause a divide and chip away at the love and respect they've built for themselves in this music industry by letting him make a fool out of their damn daughter. And Pep, come on, son, come on. I was the biggest Salt and Pepper fan growing up. I had mad love for them as the first female artist to break through barriers in a male-dominated industry. And to see her acting just as dingy as her daughter with her fucking head in the sand while she allows Sam to live in her home is unbelievable. Why, Pep? Why you got this 28-year-old man with 2 kids living in your house with your daughter? Please make that shit make sense. What does he have to offer Egypt besides public humiliation, penis, and a possible STD? I know Egypt is an adult, but if that was my child, she'd have to house that nigga in her own place. Cause bro would not be able to live in my shit. Period. And now, there's this new rumor circulating about Sam. Bam, Sam. So, Sam had an alleged affair with a trans woman by the name of Mia, who appeared on Tasha K's channel. Of course, as receipts of this alleged encounter was shown to Sam in Egypt, Sam immediately got upset, which to me showed a sign of guilt, because why you mad if it's a lie, and threatened to sue Tasha K, while Egypt sat there like a bumbling idiot trying to explain away the text messages Tasha K presented between Sam and the trans woman Mia. I believe, on some real shit, I believe Sam is attracted to trans women. And I also think this is why he suggested for Egypt to cut her hair off, because he wants her to look more trans. No offense to trans women, but you all get what I mean. With those high cheekbones and muscular build Egypt has, the short haircut gives her more of a masculine look. And don't get me wrong, Egypt is a pretty girl. I just don't think the short haircut does her any justice. And Sam just got Egypt out here looking crazy. And the way he appears to be manipulating this girl for his own personal gain is so fucking sad to witness. But I do hope that Egypt will eventually see how toxic Sam is for her and move past this sorry excuse for a man. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Egypt? Leave me a comment and let me know what you think.